DJ Uiagalelei is having a great start to the 2022 season. 83 completions on 129 attempts, 1,033 yards passing, 64.3% completion percentage, and 10 touchdowns, one interception. Houston, if you'll remember, he now has more touchdowns after 4 games this season than he did the entire 2021 season combined. He finished 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions last season, and only 55.6% completion percentage there. Lots of improvement that he had to make. Many people felt like it probably wasn't going to be possible. You know who you are. I mean, even I had my doubts going at the end of 2021. We'll get into that. Before we do, let's make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to date on all of our exclusive Clemson content we put out every single week. All right, Houston, this is the DJ that we all hoped for and prayed for all 2021 and wondered what was going on. Let me ask you the hard question here. When you look back at last season, what do you think the one thing is that has changed?
I mean, there's a level of confidence that I'm sure something, you can probably look on any of your favorite Clemson message boards and figure out speculation of what was going on outside of football that may have done that. But he's been able to block whatever's been going on out, or he's figured out how to move past whatever. Obviously, he's gotten himself in shape. He's kind of surrounded himself and gotten more confident with the people around him. People are playing better around him. I think there's more confidence in this offensive line and in the wide receiving core to make plays. And he's throwing the ball more confidently right now. And the crazy part about this, from the whole perspective of the entire offense, is they can get better still. They scored 51 points and had, how many yards of offense on Saturday. And they still, to me, there's meat on the bone there to go from there, and not a negative like, oh, they left all this out there. I feel like this offense still hasn't peaked yet as far as where they can go, and that includes DJ, and that's not a knock at all. I think he had his best game since Notre Dame. He did everything that he needed to do. He got the win. He should be credited for his play for winning that game, but I also can say that he's not perfect yet, and I think he can be even better going forward, which is a wild sentence to say given his numbers from on Saturday.
There was a point in time in the Wake Forest game where they were down 8 points. It was 28-20. I believe it was in the third quarter, kind of mid-third quarter, about 6 minutes to go. And I remember saying to Audrey and saying, this is the time when DJ has to step it up. The defense is reeling. The secondary, as we talked about in our previous video, seemed to be all over the place and really just on their back heels and, just grabbing the wide receivers. The defensive play calling seemed to be suspect and not making adjustments quickly enough, which they eventually did. But it just seemed like it was time for DJ to show that he's not just good against the preseason teams, that he's good against teams that actually have a pulse on offense and know what they're doing and can compete with anybody on any Saturday. And he was down by 8 points. And I thought, this is the time where he has to put the team on his shoulders. And he marched down the field and did that. And he made clutch plays, and he made plays to the left-hand side of the field, the middle of the field, the right-hand side, the deep part of the field. And as you mentioned before we started this video, he killed it on third down. He was doing things in the clutch in a difficult situation on the road against a ranked team where I don't think the DJ of last year could have ever even had a chance. A game would have been over, in my opinion. Yeah. But he executed and put the team on his back. And not only that, carried it from that about 7-minute mark in the third quarter all the way through to the end of the game into double overtime, continued to make pass after pass. And even, I know he's not like the fanciest Deshaun Michael Vick runner out there. But man, he's good at what he can be good at. He has a hard cut move. Yeah, he looks a little stiff. He's always going to be that first baseman at heart, in my opinion. But he has developed it to where it even makes, I mean, literally even some of the better cornerbacks and linebackers get juked out of their shoes. It's one hard cut. You can't get him for 2 cuts. You're not going to get 3 cuts. You're not going to get a spin move. Not going to hit the circle button, but you're going to get one hard cut. And that one cut is the difference between 4th and short or first down. And he was able to do those things with his feet. He was able to do those things with his arm. And I even posted this on Twitter. It can't be understated the impact that completion to the left-hand side, about 12 yards deep, back shoulder to EJ Williams, a guy who struggled and had a not very good season this year, has had incompletions and drop balls a lot on the left-hand side of the field. On a 3rd down and 9, they go to him. He hits a dime right to the outside shoulder to his left-hand side, which he was 1 for 11 before that pass, and they hit it and convert on 3rd down. And I instantly knew something was different. You almost had this feeling, like that Deshaun Watson type feeling. No matter what happened to Deshaun, how far down he got, I always had confidence that he would come back. I'm starting to see glimpses of that with DJ and his ability to take the team on his back and just win a game, even when he's down 8 points. Now he's done it. He did it, in substitute against Boston College, but that was a long time ago, and a lot of that has been forgotten. And now to see him do it again, I think it was great. As you mentioned, I think 9 of 14 for 221 yards from 3rd down, completed the last 5 in a row 3rd down attempts. Cannot be understated how amazing that is.
Yeah, no, I think you look at when you look at how he was able to tie the game, get the 2-point convert. That 2-point conversion play too was unbelievable. He was able to hold off how many ever defensive linemen, linebackers, and Aaron Judge being projected on the other screen in order to complete that. You might want to put that on screen with us just to make sure we can watch that happen. I don't know if it's going on.
I'm interrupting right now.
Yeah.
in my edit, I'll interrupt.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was able to match that, tie the game again at 35, get them into field goal range to tie it at 38, down 45-38 in the first overtime, 3rd down play, deep fade to Bo Collins. He matched everything. He was clutch. This is something that I don't think anyone's talking about, is how clutch he was on 3rd down. The kid was able to make unbelievable throws that we haven't seen from him. And I don't even really think we saw from him against Notre Dame or Boston College when people say he was good or whatever. This was his best game, or the most clutch game that he's had. He stepped into the reins and he won the game on plays that needed to be made. He made them.
Again, he did it, on a road game, against a ranked opponent, against a team that knew what they were doing on offense and did so very well. When you look at, statistically speaking, Houston, I said he needed to be above 60% completion percentage. He is that 64.3%, 60th overall. Last year wasn't even in the top 100. Okay. Yards passing so far, he struggled, and it was struggling to get the ball moving in the passing game. He's 35th in the nation and over 1,000 yards passing right now. After 4 games total, he has 10 passing touchdowns. Again, he only had 9 passing touchdowns last season. When I think about that, I'm like, how in the world did this team win 10 games if he only passed for 9 touchdowns in 10 games? I can't believe it.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about it. And you laughed at me when I said Clemson was going to win 10 games last year around this point. So Clemson's going to win 10 games. So I'm not going to offer a prediction yet, but just think that if Clemson's capable of doing what they did last year, where it was literally a defense carrying them and then hoping for the best that you get on offense, you have a semblance and a pulse. More so than that, I wouldn't even say that it's a pulse. It's you're able to thrive more. You have more trust that you're seeing on this offense. You can implement game plans more than just trying to get something out of the offense. You're actually able to know and go where you want to go. Yeah, you got some struggles on defense, but I look at this team, it's like this is a better team than it was last year. Like point blank, it is. So if you could win 10 games last year with a team, where can you go this year?
Very true. Well, we'll have to wait and see and watch how the games play out. Before we do, though, in this video, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that this is the DJ that we hope for? Do you feel like, Houston, that this is just a start of something great that's going to continue throughout the season? I agree with him. Let us know what you think in the comments.